I mean, which thing are we talking
about? She said you'll have to be specific.
Yes, more specific.
You'll have to be specific. But before we get into that, how you guys doing this morning?
Great.
You doing great?
Yes.
How about you, Alex?
Alex
walked right out of the studio, right as I was saying that.
He was doing his wardrobe change. Alex does a daily wardrobe change
you do
for the
realize
Rise and
that
Shine 209.
This show's on the radio, right?
Yeah. But we are streaming live, so for those who have to watch later,
and that's the spot right there. See, if you're looking at the live stream right now, you'd be looking exactly... well, not anymore. Now you're looking at all of us.
Yes.
That's a great shot, I gotta say. Hello.
Hello,
world. Governor Don, hopefully you're out there listening somewhere.
Good morning, Don.
Hopefully we're waking you up.
Yes. Even if we're not, we're waking you up.
Knock, knock.
Who's there?
Nobody.
Nobody who? That's something my 8-year-old son would do.
I actually got that joke from The Pursuit of Happiness.
Oh my god.
That's the only movie I can stand Will Smith's son in.
Really?
That's the only movie because I feel like it fits his personality.
You didn't like him in Karate Kid?
No. Horrible.
I think I liked the movie.
Are there voices? I don't know. I can't hear because someone's not here.
I feel like I liked the movie, just in general, as a standalone movie.
Okay.
To be fair.
Okay.
But Jaden Smith plays the same whiny, annoying little boy in every movie.
Well, we're going to get into acting now?
And The Pursuit of Happiness, that kind of fit because, he was homeless and his dad was struggling. Like, he had stuff to cry about in The Pursuit of Happiness, even if he didn't directly know exactly what was going on, right? But then you put him in some other movie, he's the same. He's one. I want to go home. Mama,
I think for his age,
sounds like Remy.
I believe he is one of the best child actors that I've seen in a long time. I said one of the. I didn't say the.
Really?
I don't even know what that means. Like,
so you liked Karate Kid? I think the Hillary Swank Karate Kid was better.
Oh, well, duh. I mean, come on now. I'm not going to, compare it to the original. Because
no,
it's like...
the girl version.
Oh, no, I didn't even watch that. But, I'm talking about the dedication it took for him to get there. He actually doing the stunts himself. And to be that age, to take on such a role, I just understand because of my background in entertainment what it takes to do a movie. So in order for him to get to those emotions, even if your role is to be that whiny kid in every movie, for a child to maintain that, come on. That takes a lot.
So you're giving him a pass because he's a kid?
Yeah. I said that. I say because you're a kid, yes. Because a lot of adults can't do it.
But a lot of kids can do it.
No.
Well,
I'm telling you.
Let me
it takes a lot.
You always got something to say.
That's why I do radio. And that's why Miss J is here. I'm not trying to argue. I just gave my opinion.
My point is that a lot of kids can do it, but when they're kids, I'm talking about the kids that can do it. Not of all kids. A lot of the kids that can do it when they're kids often cannot do it when they're older. So I don't know if he's the best child. I don't even know. How much credit do we give that? How much credit do we give to, Shirley Temple was great when she was Shirley Temple, when she was however old she was, and then she lived the rest of her life, and then there was nothing,
That's not the ability of the actor. That's your agent, your promoter. Now, mind you, let me just give my background. I've been in entertainment professionally since age 3. I am a director and a writer. So I'm talking about on a professional level. It's not only based on the ability of the actor. And a lot of times when you do get typecast, it is difficult for your promoter, for agents, for writers and producers to cast you in other roles because of what they're going after, money and views. So Shirley Temple doesn't necessarily mean she couldn't act as she got older, But because she was typecast into such a wonderful job, it was hard to find a writer who would write roles for her, or her agent to place her in a movie or a role that would be more marketable for her. Because we've seen that now. A lot of Disney stars do great until they get out of Disney. It's not that the actor can't act because they got older. It's that Disney was so great that the public are expecting that actor to be that person. Think about, well, I don't know if that's
a valid excuse.
It's not an excuse. It's actually a fact based on an industry professional and statistics on actors and movies. It's not an opinion that I'm sharing.
I think that if you're making a case that somebody's a great actor,
it's not based on the viewers per se. It's based on what an agent can do with the roles or the intent. What's detrimental to most actors nowadays, now we're getting into entertainment, is the versatility. If you don't have any accents, you don't have any physical humor or comedy, you can't use the opinion that you did the same role for all movies. Because look at Jim Carrey. He did the same role for all movies, but Jim Carrey has great agents, producers, and very strategic in his planning and placement, where he got people to write movies for him. Once Jim Carrey stepped out of that role, he didn't make that much money or public popularity based on those roles. Jim Carrey is funny, and all of things we know him for is what we think, oh, that's what he should do.
So once you get put in the box, it's hard to come out.
Exactly.
So what's going to happen to Jaden Smith?
He's probably being put in a box. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying as a childhood actor, he's one of the best ones that I've seen.
How many movies has he had?
He has a little bit more, I think.
But now he's going into modeling, so we have to see as an agent, what is the goal to market the client? Is the goal for Jaden to be an actor, or was the movies a way to get him into the industry to reach his goal, which could be modeling? Is Jaden only doing major films, or does he want to do indie films and become a director? That's up to the agent and the producer and the client, not up to the public to say, oh, now he's a horrible actor.
I never said now he was a horrible actor. I just said he was never good.
He was never good an actor. And then I said, I believe he was, and then I got attacked like, oh my God, how can you say that?
I was just wondering what your basis was for saying that.
On my experience in the industry and knowledge.
Who is another good child actor?
There has been plenty of them.
No, right now. Like, who's another?
I'm
not saying that there's none. I'm just asking you to identify some.
Oh, I don't know.
So if we took your same logic and moved it over to the music industry, that means what you're saying, in my opinion, from what I'm hearing, is that regardless of who you are, if you have the notoriety, if you have the albums out, you're a good artist?
Based on the industry, yes, because you're marketable. That is not right. I'm not saying.
I think that's
No. Because I did say, you guys have to listen. I said I am coming off of my experience in the industry and based on agent, producer, client agreements and what's marketable.
So what makes you good is if you are marketable.
Define the word good.
If you have talent.
I didn't exactly.
Yeah, I do.
That's exactly what I'm saying.
And so what I'm saying is,
neither
is Jaden Smith marketable. He also doesn't have very much talent.
Okay, so that's where we disagree, because my definition of a good actor is being marketable and being placed in things. I didn't say his abilities to memorize lines, emote emotions, and that type of thing. That's on personal opinion, because some people get upset that I don't believe Denzel Washington is one of the greatest actors. Denzel Washington does not have much variety. But everybody be, he's popular. Yes, but if you think of every role that Denzel Washington has been in, he has not shown much variety of himself. And people always want to use, what's the thing where he did the cop? My N-word. Like, he did not do anything different. He just was more of a gangsta-ish or ghetto-ish. Yeah, Training Day. More of a ghetto-ish version of him. But Denzel Washington has a lot of roles. And he's very wise, and it's what he placed himself in, his agent, and all of that stuff. I mean, you guys have to go by what the industry is putting out there. That's why we have American Idol. There are great singers that have the talent, but American Idol is not about the talent. The Voice is not about the talent. The Voice is about what's marketable. So when I say Jaden is one of the best childhood actors, my best is based on what the industry would make from him. how he would prosper the film industry, what the demographic he would draw to pay for movies and go see, like that whole in the first week box office stuff. That's what The Good is based off of, not my personal opinion of the kid. But I will also say, and also include, as a director and a writer, a lot of people have an opinion about the ability to act, but you put yourself in that place, you couldn't do it. You put yourself up against Jaden, you couldn't do it. So it's just on, oh, well, I think he should have did better. Well, you try to do better.
I still think he plays the same.
Well, I mean,
yeah, I didn't disagree with that. I did not disagree with you. You disagree with my statement.
So
I don't actually think he doesn't have talent.
He is the best. The best
one of the. I said one of the.
In history.
One of the. I didn't say history. I said one of the best childhood actors.
Qualify a time period, please.
That I've seen. Let's say that I've seen.
So what's your opinion on his acting?
My opinion on his acting is that it was very smart. Very basic. He got the job done, and it was smart.
Do you like his acting?
Yes.
You find his movies enjoyable?
Yes, the two that I've seen. The two that I've seen.
Which two have you seen? The Karate Kid and
the one with his dad.
Oh, okay.
So
which one? The when he was a kid, or the other one?
No.
The Pursuit of Happiness.
Pursuit of Happiness.
Not after
there.
Earth. She didn't see After Earth, which was horrible.
Oh wait, no, I think I did see that, but I didn't watch the whole thing.
There's a reason for that.
Yeah, there is, but that didn't have anything to do with Jay. Didn't have anything to do with Will Smith.
Really?
Yeah.
The main character in that movie was Jaden Smith.
I know, but I don't watch movies with Will Smith. I think Will Smith is a great marketer and businessman.
You don't think he's a good actor?
No. Because of his ability.
No, we're done. I'm done. I'm walking out the studio.
But I'm like based on what I said with Mark. See, thank you for everybody that's watching on Facebook Live that has my back, because it's very opinionated in the industry, and we have media, and that's why we have a difference of opinion. But based on my definition, saying marketable, bringing in money, his son Jaden Smith has brought in more money for movies than Will Smith. So Jaden Smith, yes, is a better actor than his father, because he has brought in more money, thank you, sir, than his father in acting. Not in the music or industry.
Right. I get that.
Okay, so that's all I'm saying. I'm not saying you guys are wrong with your opinion.
Logic, but is that yours? Because you're sitting here like you.
I'm saying my opinion and how I judge an actor is based on my knowledge and experience in the industry.
So you judge it the same way the industry judges it.
Yes.
So you take your personal preferences out of it and judge it by
definitely. When I go to a movie, and this is absolute honesty, my friends that are watching will tell you, I judge a movie based on the marketing before I do the ability. It makes more sense to me why this movie is coming out where it is, why they chose the actors they chose, how they are promoting the movie, before I go based on, before. I don't say I don't judge, like, if an artist says a line horribly, I'm a director, I'm like, ugh, they didn't say that line right. Or I can tell, because of my professionalism and my training, I can tell when it's an ad lib. I can tell, like, for instance, Keisha Knight Pulliam. She was a great actress as a child in The Cosby Show. She was very marketable and did her job. As an adult, not only does she not have the ability to emote the emotions that's needed, memorize the lines or say it, but she's not marketable. So in my opinion, Keisha Knight Pulliam is not a good actress. It's a combination. It's just not my feeling on how I see them. There's a lot of movies that I see that are good movies, but that doesn't mean that the artist did a wonderful job.
But movies are marketed right towards consumers.
No. Now we get into the conspiracy theory of the industry.
Right, but
why do consumers like the movie? It's because of the marketing. A lot of things that we do psychologically and emotionally,
specifically of the marketing
from the media, mostly.
It's not because of the actors and how the act and
mostly.
And the fact that the consumers have to actually like the movie.
Why do the consumers like the movie? Most of the things that we like are because it's placed in our psyche by marketing, by advertising. We see it. They do interviews. That's why they have all this promotions and tours. Mm-hmm. And then all of a sudden you like the song.
Okay, so why do I like Star Wars?
Because it's marketed great. And you've watched it ever since you was a child. Because now that's given into you that this is wonderful. It's the same thing with beauty. Why do we think Why do we think women are beautiful? Because the beauty magazines put them out there. Because this is how the society defines beauty. Not because we personally have made a choice that this is beautiful. This is what has been presented to us.
I think you're right.
So that's what I'm saying. The same with movies. Right. I said mostly. I didn't say everything.
Yeah, you're right on some level. And what I'm saying is on another level.
I'm not arguing with you. You're just debating my opinion. I'm not saying you're wrong. I've never said you're wrong. You just keep asking me what I think, and I'm telling you.
Kind of similar. Okay, so in this, you take your feelings out of it, like or dislikes. You look at the industry or movies that you or TV shows that you watch with the eye of the industry as a person that's looking at if it works or not. So let me ask you a question. What do you think about the Common and Queen Latifah movie, Just Right? Specifically, Common and his acting in that movie.
No.
You didn't like it?
No. I liked the movie, but his acting and marketing ability, no.
You didn't like it because of the acting and marketability, right?
I said I liked the movie, but I don't think it was a good movie based on the acting abilities and the marketing. But I watched the movie and I liked the movie. You just don't agree with the way I rate.
No, I'm just asking you to clarify.
Now, do you do that with other things? Take how you actually feel about it and look at it.
No, I said no. I said this is based on my experience in the entertainment industry.
So anything entertainment, is that
for most of the part that I have experience and knowledge in? Yes, that's just how it is, and I have yet to be proven wrong. I just have people that don't agree.
No, I mean, it's. I mean, the easier thing to look at is the music industry because you can see plain as day that there are successful, but their music has nothing to it. The lyrics aren't what they should be.
Right.
But
it's marketable.
It's marketable.
People put it out there. In the clothing industry, fashion industry, the first thing they will go to with urban and hip hop, if they want to market to the urban industry, they put it in a music video.
Right.
And how we feel about the artist is what we want to do because we model ourselves after who we see. That's why we have designer clothes. That's why Sean Combs is who he is.
I can't deny that.
And that's why I say, I'm not saying that, oh, I love this clothing line. Michael Kors is Michael Kors because of marketing. There are tons of fashion artists that make better quality clothes, that make greater designs, but because Michael Kors has the marketing, the presentation, and all that, he's in music videos, hip-hop artists or those that are popular support him. Now everybody likes him buying Michael Kors.
Does that make Michael Kors better?
Yes, because he had the opportunity. And he took the opportunity and is prospering and profiting from it.
No.
But does that make it better?
Are you talking about morally better?
No.
I don't know him personally.
Better in quality. So, and I
don't know the quality of fabric, but that's why I said my opinion is not based on that.
That's why I'm asking you this question. You think I'm arguing? I'm trying to figure out where you're coming from. I'm trying to understand what you're saying.
I told you where I'm coming from. You just don't agree with what I'm saying.
I don't disagree with what you're saying. I'm just asking you questions so that I can understand. So what I'm saying is, when I ask something, if something is better, I'm not telling you it's not better. I'm just asking you if it's better. So for the example that you just gave, which I think is a great example for us to kind of work around. So let's say you're looking at a Michael Kors purse, right? And it's brand new, it's shiny, like it looks good. Some girl's wearing it, whatever. It's a Michael Kors purse. And then some other girl walks up with another purse that's just as nice, but maybe some chick down in Southern California made it. She's making them, and it's a really nice purse, right? And maybe it's better. Maybe the functionality. Maybe it's better in some way, right? Now, what you're saying is that Michael Kors is better because he had the opportunity. But does that make that purse better? The
actual object?
Yeah.
Not in a
Michael
sense
Kors,
of
the brand is better, right? Obviously,
because it's more valuable.
But is the quality of the product better? And so, to go to your Denzel Washington example, you said that you don't think Denzel Washington is a great actor.
Wait. That's apples and oranges.
No, yeah, I know. I know, but it was and so, and you're saying that he is marketed well, he presents himself well. He does great work with his agents and his team to make sure that he's in a good position to be successful in his career. Mm-hmm. There are other actors who are better than he is.
That have more abilities than he does.
Who are never going to be as successful as he is.
That's possible, yes. But are you asking a question or making a statement? Because I'm just trying to respond.
I'm not asking. I'm just clarifying. I'm not.
Okay.
I'm just clarifying.
Well, let me. This is where I got kind of thrown off with the purse versus a person, because if you look at the materials of anything made, the quality of a material is the quality of a material. How it is stitched, how it is presented, what's embellished on it, the value of the product is still the same. If you go to China and buy silk, the silk will cost the same. How you put that silk together will raise the value of it, and that's based on the industry. If a woman in Southern California made the purse by hand, that does bring down the value of the product because of the way it was put together. She doesn't have the money or the ability to do all the thing Michael Kors does because he has factories, he has all this stuff. And so, yes, it is better because the value is up based on how those materials are put together. But if we're talking about just the fabric itself, yeah, it is the same. Now, that's, to me, an industry is completely different than a person's ability to influence popular opinion.
And what I meant by better of the person, I meant like just better in every way. Like
what I'm trying to tell you that it's kind of impossible.
There's no way.
You can't.
There's no way. And so obviously I'm trying to give you two extremes, a Michael Kors purse and some handmade purse, right? I know. And I'm doing that on purpose just so that I can gauge what your spectrum is.
It's because of the filters and the nuances of the industry, it's kind of difficult because just like in music, it always fluctuates.
Exactly. That's why I gave you the entire spectrum, as opposed to giving you, a Michael Kors purse and then like a Gucci purse, right? Those two things are on the same end of the spectrum. How do we judge those two things against each other? We can't really, because they're very close to each other. But if I give you something that's on the opposite end of the spectrum, we can judge those two things at their extremes and then decide how those two things fluctuate in the middle.
Well, I understand what you're saying, and I don't disagree, like I said, but the industry right now, if you're using Michael Kors and Gucci, you can. Gucci has dropped in sale value because it's not as popular.
Yeah.
So now the industry will say Michael Kors is better than Gucci.
Okay.
When there was a time where it wasn't. So
just use that as the example.
Right. But
that's all I'm saying.
No matter what the brand is, that's how it's valued. That's how it's perceived as better or good. That's all I'm saying. My personal opinion, I get a purse from Target. So are you asking my personal opinion or are you asking the industry's opinion? Because in your questioning, your statements, you're kind of mixing both. And I'm telling you I judge based on what the industry says. But me personally, I'll buy a Target purse. I don't care.
And so why would you buy a Target purse?
Because of what the purpose of purse is for, to hold my things. And I can't afford Michael Kors. If somebody gave me, I have a Louis Vuitton because somebody gave it to me. It doesn't mean I'm walking around like, oh, my Louis Vuitton is better. My Louis Vuitton suits my purpose to hold my things and it matches an outfit. That's me personally. Personally, I get a purse for whatever I want a purse for, to hold my items.
Things that we talk about,
yeah. I just think that
mixed with our personal opinion and what
it is. But at this moment, I feel like I've been interviewed and baited and pushed and probed. But what about this? But what about this?
You came out and you said because of your knowledge in the industry, so now we are probing you based on what your knowledge on, and so.
You didn't ask based on my knowledge. You asked me. So that's what I'm saying. Like, we're going in circles.
Well, I know.
It's okay.
That's why we're asking you. I think you feel like you're being attacked.
I do, because when I say something, but what about this?
Because
are you saying this? I need to qualify. But wait a minute. What about this? You guys are great
at industry. It's gonna go.
This is great media.
That's how it's going to go.
Congratulations. I love it.
I give you,
I'm not upset in the least bit. I am not. I'm just letting y'all know. No, I'm not going to. And when I say attacked, I don't mean in a negative way. I'm just saying that it's been like almost an hour and I'm the only one talking.
If anybody was upset here.
Oh God, no! Yeah. We couldn't do that. I know those people that are watching me on Facebook Live have been going in. Tons of opinion. They're like, yeah, it's money. I see, I see your opinions. I see your comments. There are tons of people that are watching right now. So thank you so much to Hera Williams and Virginia, Vera that's watching out on the East Coast, Katrina Lockett that's here, Rayshawn Townsend, Thea, Tracy, Jaime, Kelly's Angels, thank you. Edward Douglas, I said Rayshawn already, sorry. Artemisha Tiffany, hey. Just everybody that's watching, sorry if I missed Chris, Jessica, Latanya, thank you so much for watching, and I see it. Most of them have opinions, and we'll discuss them later too.
Yeah, we're going to cut to a break. I'm not sure if this conversation is going to continue. But I just think that it's impossible to separate, or maybe it is possible to separate, but I think it's impossible not to look at. So, for example, let's take the Denzel Washington example, just because it's what we've been talking about. Mm-hmm. If Denzel Washington is popular with people, like if he has a lot, let's say if he has a lot of fans and people like going to see his movies, even if he only does one thing, he's a presentational type of actor, he's a character actor, and he's successful doing that, I think in a way that makes him a better actor. Now, whether that's because of the marketing, like whether he's a good actor because of that, but I think if consumers and fans like him a lot, even if he's not someone who would be considered, a great professional actor in terms of what he can do and his abilities, I still think that makes him a great actor, which is where I think we are...
No, you just said exactly what I said.
Oh, okay then.
You just, done the same thing as a child in those movies that Denzel Washington did. He just doesn't have as popular as Denzel because he's not as older. I mean, not as old and doesn't have that extensive discography. But you said exactly what I said. He is better because he is marketable. He's influenced the public. And in those two movies, that's what Jaden did. Now, you don't like it, but I'm talking about general public, the masses, showed in the box office in sales that those two movies made more than even his dad, Will Smith.
Well, Will Smith was in one of those movies, to be fair.
Jaden still got paid more than his dad in those movies.
Because they paid him more?
Because he was marketable.
Well, we're going to go to a break real fast. We'll be back in just a couple of minutes. This is KXVS Sports Rise and Shut. No.
Sports, let's get ready to rumble!
I couldn't even roll that down. This is the Rise and Shine 209 morning show on KXVS. This is the Rise and Shine 209 morning show. We'll be right back here. This is the voice of Stockton.
Hey, you guys. Okay, so I hope I didn't miss anybody. But I do want to say thank you, Katrina. What I'll do is when we go to break, I'll talk to London and Alex. And we'll see. Actually, inbox me details about that. How we can get them, how many you have, who to contact to get them. Do we go directly to you, and what contact information you want me to have as well. So everyone who has something to say, Thea, I see you. Thank you. I agree, you guys. It's all good. But I do appreciate all the comments. Thank you for having my back. Thank you. We're going to let these youngins know. We're going to let the youngins know. To hear you are so, so funny. There was someone that said something. Edward, Doug, I totally appreciate you. What it says, Edward says the bottom line, agent and being marketable is the bottom line. Agree. Yes. Edward says he's in the industry and the agent must be on point. That is so true. That's why people get upset when I say I don't like Rihanna. But look at who she got behind her. And that's just because I know personal things about Rihanna. Now, I haven't met her personally. I just know people that are helping her. She has a great team, and I'm not mad at it. I'm not hating nobody that's making money off of the industry and how they get it. Now, morally, if you got to kill somebody to do it and all that, of course, I disagree. But I'm just saying, get it the way you can get it. Hopefully, we're morally integrous in our actions. But if you sitting on millions and the world knows your name and you don't have the ability, honey, I am not mad at it. I say continue to go for it. And that's just how the industry is, the music industry, the entertainment industry. Yeah, once again, Katrina, please inbox me and we'll go ahead and make the announcement. We are making the announcements about the Black History Month events for Delta College and UOP. That happens daily. So all through the month, Katrina, we got your back. Thank you so much. Yeah, and I do believe, it was just going in circles, Katrina. But it's fine. Like, you know me. Those of you who don't know Miss J know I don't back down. So I'll go round and round the mulberry bush as many times as you want to, honey. But the opinion, the facts will still remain the same. But I'm so thankful for all of you once again for tuning in. Oh, there it is. Dijon. The interviewer is not respecting the opinion of the guest, baiting her into an argument. Dijon, thank you so much, but I'm also a host as well, so we're family. But yeah, you're right. He has great tactics, and that's why we're here. That's why I love the morning show. So if you love the morning show as well, and you're having a good time listening or watching, I want you to like our Facebook page, KXVS, KXVS, 92.1 FM radio. The Rise and Shine 209 morning show has their own page. And also subscribe to our YouTube channel. So while we're recording live, you guys are able to watch on YouTube. If you subscribe, you'll get the notifications. Roderick Rice, hey! We actually talking about having you on the show. So we have a meeting today. Actually, I want you to come to Northern California. So I'm going to go ahead and speak that. But everyone who's out there showing love, thank you so much. But make sure, like I said, subscribe to our YouTube channel, KXVS 92.1 FM radio. And make sure you do that as well on Facebook. Rise and Shine 209 morning show. Hi, Mercedes. Rayshawn, what are you talking about? Shouts out to Rayshawn. He is so funny. And we got to have you on the show too. We'll have a blast with you, but you guys are amazing people, and I can't wait to see you guys in studio. Those of you who know what I'm talking about. So talk to you soon. Later.